Je donne à présent la parole au représentant de l'Angola.
Mr. President, distinguished members of the Security Council, at the outset, Angola congratulates the Democratic Republic of Congo on convening this timely open debate and thanks the Secretary General for his comprehensive report. We also express our appreciation to the Special Representative of the Secretary General on Sexual Violence and Conflict and the other briefers for their valuable insights. The Secretary General report presents a deeply alarming picture. The significant increase of conflict-related sexual violence in 2025 confirms that these crimes continue to be used as tactics of war, terrorism, torture, and political repression, inflicting devastating consequences on individuals, families, and communities while undermining peace and security. Women and girls remain the primary victims, while men and boys are also affected, often remaining invisible due to the stigma, fear, and limited access to support services. Conflict-related sexual violence constitutes a serious violation of international humanitarian law, international human rights law, and, where applicable, international criminal law. Honoring the promise of international law requires translating legal obligations into concrete actions. Mr. President, protecting civilians requires moving from reactive response to preventive strategies. In this regard, we wish to highlight 4 priorities. First, survivors must remain at the center of all prevention and response efforts. They should have timely, safe, and non-discriminatory access to comprehensive medical care, psychosocial support, legal assistance, and, where appropriate, sexual and reproductive health care, while fully respecting their dignity, rights, and choices. Second, accountability is essential. All parties to the armed conflict must comply with international law and the relevant Security Council resolutions. National justice systems should be strengthened to investigate and prosecute these crimes effectively, ensuring that the perpetrators are held accountable and impunity is not tolerated. Third, the international community should ensure predictable and sustainable financing for programs supporting survivors. Angola is deeply concerned that the current funding reductions are weakening essential protection and assistance services in conflict-affected settings. Fourth, preventing conflict-related sexual violence must remain an integral component of conflict prevention, mediation, peacekeeping, peace building, and security sector reform. Lasting peace cannot be achieved while these crimes remain unaddressed. Mr. President, Angola reaffirms the importance of the full implementation of Security Council Resolution 1325 on women, peace, and security, and subsequent relevant resolutions. Ensuring the full, equal, meaningful, and safe participation of women in peace processes, decision-making, and post-conflict recovery is not only a matter of right, but also a prerequisite for sustainable peace and effective conflict prevention. In conclusion, Angola calls upon all parties to the armed conflict to fully respect international humanitarian law, the international human rights law, protect civilians, particularly women and children, and immediately end the use of sexual violence as a tactic of war, terrorism, torture, and political repression. By strengthening accountability, supporting survivors, reinforcing national institutions, and deepening international cooperation, we can honor the promise of international law and advance our shared responsibility to prevent conflict-related sexual violence and build lasting peace. I thank you.
Je remercie le représentant de l'Angola.